It's wild to think about the power that's packed into the words we use every single day. In the next few minutes, we're going to unpack a few simple words you can start using right now that can have a genuinely huge impact on your life.
Author Jonah Berger really hit the nail on the head. He says, specific words have enormous power. And, well, it sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But seriously, what if changing just one single word could actually boost your willpower, crank up your confidence, and even change how other people respond to you?
So in this explainer, we're basically building your personal magic toolkit. We'll look at the willpower word, the confidence word, the possibility word, and then we'll dive into how to influence people just by tapping into their identity. Ready? Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, the willpower word. We've all been there, right? You're trying so hard to stick to a goal, and then temptation just smacks you in the face. Well, the difference between caving and taking control can actually come down to just two tiny words.
So what's really the difference between saying, I can't eat chocolate, and I don't eat chocolate? Well, the first one, I can't, it feels like a rule someone else made for you, a restriction. But the second one, that feels like a choice that you own.
And get this isn't just some vague feeling. A study literally gave people the choice of a chocolate bar. And the group that used the phrase, I don't, was twice as successful at resisting as the I can't group. I mean, that's a massive difference from just one little word.
So, why on earth does this work so well? Well, it all boils down to a bit of psychology, specifically something called the locus of control. When you say I can't, you're kind of saying outside forces are in charge. But when you say I don't, you pull that control right back to yourself. You're the one in the driver's seat.
So how can you actually put this to work for you? It's easy. There's a simple formula. Start with I don't, then add your because, and finally, claim your power by saying I choose to. Like, I don't hit the snooze button because I choose to start my day with energy. See? It just feels powerful, doesn't it?
Okay, next up in our toolkit is the confidence word, and that word is you. This one is for that knot you get in your stomach right before a big presentation or maybe a difficult conversation.
Think about it. Our usual inner monologue is something like, oh man, I'm so nervous. All that does is just dig us deeper into that anxiety. But what happens if you just flipped the script and talk to yourself in the second person? You prepared for this. All of a sudden, it's not you drowning in nerves. It's like you have a supportive coach in your corner.
And yep, the science on this is solid. A study at the University of Michigan found that people who used you when they talked to themselves before a speech actually had lower levels of stress hormones. They felt more confident, and they literally performed better. It just creates that little bit of distance you need to become your own best cheerleader.
Moving on, let's talk about sparking solutions with the word could. This one is a fantastic little tool for those moments when you, or maybe someone you know, just feels completely and totally stuck.
Instead of doing what we all do, jumping in with a bunch of advice that usually falls flat, try asking this simple question. What could you do to make some progress? It's not about finding the perfect answer, it's just about finding any possible next step.
So why is could such a game changer? Well, it immediately flips a switch in the brain, moving the focus away from the problem and onto potential solutions. It opens the door to curiosity and creativity. And maybe most importantly, it empowers people to come up with their own ideas. And we're always more likely to act on our own ideas.
All right, our final tool is all about influencing others, and it's a subtle one. It's about using nouns instead of verbs. This is the difference between asking someone to do something versus inviting them to be someone.
Just look at this simple switch. Instead of asking someone to vote, which is just an action, a verb, you invite them to be a voter. That's a noun, an identity. It's not just something you do once. It's a part of who you are.
And the results from this are just staggering. Political campaigns that use the phrase be a voter saw a 15% increase in turnout. 15%! That is a massive shift in human behavior, all driven by a simple swap from a verb to a noun.
And this works to discourage bad behavior too. Telling a student, don't cheat, is just a command. But saying, don't be a cheater, well, that taps into their desire not to be labeled as a bad person. In one study, this simple rephrasing cut cheating in half. So, let's wrap this all up. Let's do a quick summary of your new magic toolkit. Think of these as your new verbal superpowers. So here it is in a nutshell. Use I don't to build up that willpower.
Use you to coach yourself into feeling more confident. Use could to unlock creative solutions when you're stuck. And use identity-based nouns to inspire action in the people around you.
These tiny, simple words can have such a huge, outsized impact. Now that you know the secret, the only real question left is, which one of these magic words are you going to use first?